Good morning, you're watching Bulga Dulga, and recently I've wanted answers on the world's biggest questions. What happens after we die? Does a god exist? What is the meaning of life? And the superior way of going forward. And after years of rigorous research, googling for 15 minutes, I have found it, the king of all vehicular devices. It is the train. What? The train. You know, the public transportation system. You unwise vegan. Go back to the hole in the ground you call home and eat some leaf. I'm not vegan, I'm just poor. Ha ha ha. Anyways, the car that's officially the best in the world is the Trabant 601. Hang with me, please. From its shitty design to its glorified scooter engine, I have given it the #1 spot on my list. And if you disagree with me, I have a lot of illegal weaponry in my basement and I am not afraid to use it. So in most cars, we use materials like aluminum and steel that actually make sense to use. But the Soviet Union in the 1950s was like, nuh-uh, and decided to use a Duroplast instead, which is a glorified word for reused cotton. Duroplast is a composite thermal-setting resin plastic, I definitely know what that means, developed by engineer Wolfgang Barthel in 1953. It was usually reinforced by fibers that was typically waste from the garment industry, which is a nicer way of saying that the body panels of the Trabant were made from Soviet underwear. Now when I think about it, this would be a great selling point for an environmentally friendly car. Underwear today, body panels for a shitty car tomorrow. We need to ignore the fact that getting rid of Duroplast is actually living hell because of the material's quirky habit of releasing toxic gases when burnt. From its cardboard-like shape to its round headlights, this thing looks like it was shaped by God himself. Okay, but in all seriousness, I highly doubt that any thought was put into this design, because it looks like the beginner template of a player's character in a game, but for cars. It's also very goofy how it went through 0 design changes in 30 years and looked the same in the 1990s. It did get a design change in the last year of production, but that doesn't count, because it still looks like a depressed beetle with alcoholism, but with redone teeth. So for most car companies, when they design an engine, they want it to be consumer friendly and not environmentally damaging. Well, the Trabant has none of that. Just as God intended. It has a carbureted 2-stroke engine which releases 170 grams of CO2 per kilometer, which is 85 grams of CO2 per cylinder. A Ford Mustang, which is considered one of the biggest CO2 emitters in 2024, produces 32 grams of CO2 per kilometer per cylinder. So this little Soviet excuse for an automobile that has a top speed of 61 miles per hour produces more CO2 per cylinder than a new sports car. Oh wow, the pollution of a coal power plant and the speed of a depressed mule? Talking about a win-win here. And also, it reeks a living hell and makes more noise than the average iShow speed stream.
There's something behind you.
And the car's engine produces 25 horsepower, and for the ones that have no fucking clue what that means, it's around double of what the average go-kart has. For a car that weighs 6 times as much. No wonder it's slower than the average 100-year-old without legs. The car was designed and manufactured in the 1960s, and even then it was below standard. Trabant considered tachometers, indicators for the headlights and turn signals, fuel gauge, and the rear seat belts luxuries too good for the average peasant. I guess they could ignore these very basic features as there was no competition whatsoever. And cars were basically free. What I mean by free is that you just sign your name up on a waiting list and wait 7 to 10 years for your car. Imagine if McDonald's worked that way. So that will be $0 and 0 cents. Anything else? Nope, that will be all good. God, I love this. Free burgers and all. Okay, the food will be ready in 3 months. What? Yeah, no, that's just how it is. Can't you just do it faster? Nope. Why is that? Hey, listen, I'm being paid minimum wage here. Cut me some slack, alright? But 2 to 3 months is a little much, don't you think? Do you want a burger or not? Yeah. Then you just need to wait. Okay, I guess I'll just sit in this corner for a while. See ya soon. Including that there was no actual upgrades or major changes to the car at all, you can imagine that by the 1980s, it was pretty much a relic from the past begging to die. And in 1991, the production of this abomination was finally put to an end. Now you might be asking yourself, why a self-respecting individual like me would like such heaping piles of garbage? The biggest reason is that I'm like a raccoon, digging through trash whenever I get the chance to, preferably in the night. Anyways, this is the end of this video. Thanks to the new people that thinks that my PowerPoint quality presentations are worth watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I know where your family lives. Good night.